Rivals East Knox and Northmor square off tonight in a conference showdown here inside the Dog Pound at fabulous Howard, Ohio. It's the Bulldogs, it's the Knights, it's live, it's free, and it's only on the OH Report. Coming your way next.
Knox is the third place I have delivered, and hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
James 1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James 1 Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
We've got live and free KMAC action on the way from the Dog Pound here in fabulous Howard, Ohio. East Knox and Northmor taking center stage on the OH Report right now. Good evening, folks, and welcome to East Knox High School. My name is Brian Skowronski, joined tonight by the one and only Mr. Northmor, Travis Berardi. Out here in enemy territory are the Golden Knights, fresh off their first win, career dub #1 for first-year head coach Blade Tackett. And they did it despite 24 turnovers against Mount Gilead. Travis, ball control has been a problem for the Knights all year, but they were able to get into the win column, so coming on in with a little bit of momentum.
You want Northmor with a little bit of a position change. Cooper Keene taking over as the point. It opened up Grayson Cass. Cass actually scored 20 points against Centerburg as the point. Opened him up a little bit more. He had 18 points in that victory against Mount Gilead. But if they can cut down on those turnovers, I think they'll be a much more successful team, like any team would.
Now honor America with the playing of the national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. We are now ready for basketball action here from the Dog Pound in Howard. East Knox going toe-to-toe with the Northmor Golden Knights, and Bulldogs under head coach Ryan Powell, 0-2, still looking for that first win of the year, Travis, averaging less than 40 points per game as well coming into tonight's contest. So certainly they need to find some consistent scoring threats beyond just Weston Mielek, who has been phenomenal. Their leading scorer from the season ago, returning this year. He's been great, but they got to find that second and third scoring option.
Yeah, they lost by 11 to Patriot Prep. They lost by 5 to Fredericktown. In the Patriot Prep game, they did get Shane Knepp in double figures with 11. They had Sam Whitney with 8. But then in the loss to Fredericktown, Mielek he had 15 points, but everybody else really didn't get into double figures. Their 5 starters are their only scorers, and if they can start getting points off the bench, that's when they'll start getting those numbers up. But right now, they need more.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both sides. You just saw Northmor being introduced, and you mentioned Cooper Keene and the move that he has made to the starting point guard. Listed at 6'6", he had a couple of phenomenal plays in the win over Mount Gilead. 2 big-time dunks, one where he went baseline right around a kid. So even though he's the tallest kid in the lineup for them, he certainly possesses guard skills, and I think it bodes well for them to make the move.
He doesn't practices before the season. He's really, over the summer too, he's really shown his ability to shoot it from 3 as well, to really get that point guard role for him, and it's going to help out for Grayson Cass. Like I said, scored 8 points in their loss at Pleasant, only 5 against the Johnstown Monroe loss, but then 20 against Centerburg and 18 against Mount Gilead. They're going to need scoring from Grayson Cass. They're going to need that scoring from Cooper Keene, who also last year defensively, 5.2 rebounds per game, 8th in the KMAC, 13 blocks total, which was 5th in the KMAC, but they're going to need his scoring. He had 16 in the first game, 11 in the second. Centerburg, he got banged up a little bit. He only had 4 points, but then bounces back with a double-double, 15 points, 10 rebounds against Mount Gilead. The key tonight, Max Lauer hasn't scored much. He scored 6, 5, and 1, but he has been a presence underneath defensively and offensively to get the rebounds. But if he can get going in the scoring column as well, that's really going to help out Northmor offensively.
So there is the opening tip, and we are underway from the Dog Pound. East Knox and Northmor. KMAC action live and free for you here on the OH Report tonight. And it is the Golden Knights with the first possession. As we mentioned just a few minutes ago, they have been turning it over a whole bunch so far this season. Cass really got it going. He was our player of the game in the win over Mount Gilead. Lauer, of course, a physical player. Offensive rebound here for him to kick off the action tonight.
And it's going to be a foul on East Knox, pushing Lauer after the rebound. That's going to go against Weston Mielek, his first. So for Northmor, that's big, getting the leading scorer for East Knox, his first foul within the first 20 seconds of this game.
Yeah, leading scorer and leading rebounder. Weston Mielek does everything for this East Knox team. A phenomenal player, as mentioned. He led them last year in scoring. Bulldogs, though, come down with the defensive rebound.
Yeah, Keene with a little bit of an errant shot there. He was going up. He saw the defender he was standing in a good position for the charge and really couldn't get that shot off. A nice dish underneath.
Yeah, great look in the Bulldogs, take an early 2-0 advantage.
That's Sam Whitney for the first points of the night. Northmor struggled with the trap this season thus far, and I mean, turnover numbers, I mean, they're averaging about 20 per game, but they have to really, they have to be more composed with the ball coming up the court, especially in those traps. Somebody's open, just get it to him for the open shot.
One and done. Mielek with the defensive board. Knepp brings it into the forecourt, gets a screen. Now sets one himself.
Ooh, almost double dribble there.
Peyton Lester, the stud quarterback for the Bulldogs.
Great season for them this year. People were expecting maybe outside of Howard that East Knox might not have that much of a season after losing so many people, but they still made it to the quarterfinal of the regional.
Actually got to host that game, and a lot of football players, of course, out here on the basketball floor. That's my favorite part about small school sports is that you get to know these kids because they pretty much got to do everything. They're going to log a lot of minutes in just about every athletic opportunity that they get. So, it's fun to get to know these kids over the course of the year. And there's Mielek way off the mark that time. Went high off glass, and Northmor clears. And
you and I would know for experience. I mean, both of us have played both ends, basketball, football. So, I mean, for more of a basketball player, football, it's kind of a conditioning for you. But if you're a stud at both, as Logan Mariotti hits the three.
And that's a great sign for Northmor, and that's exactly what they need, is to find some offensive players to step up outside of Cass and, of course, Keene as well.
Yeah, Mariotti, the three-point threat thus far for Northmor. Not so much for everybody else, but
Lester misses the three ball. Board ripped down by Lower. Cash jump stop, skip pass wide open, and the shot finds the bottom of the net. Logan Mariotti with another bucket here for the Knights.
You can't leave him open. I mean, more times than not, he is going to hit that shot. We're going to get an offensive foul, maybe a legal screen on Mielek. And we will. So that'll be his second foul. He's going to have to come out. Take a look at Mariotti's second three here.
And while you got to give a lot of credit to the shooter, and likably so, I mean, that is all set up by Grayson Cash, the junior guard. The penetration, the jump stop there, great vision, and they set up with the open three. Another skip pass. Mariotti's going to unload one more time. Heat check this time. Missed it. Dogs coming back the other way. Knepp with the hesitation over here to the corner with Jacobs. Finds himself open from the foul line. Undershot it. Great hustle play to get it back in bounds. That was Scott Bates, senior forward, with the save.
Offensive rebound there for East Knox, and that's been a trouble spot for Northmor as well, is allowing those offensive rebounds. The Bulldogs, if they can control that, they'll be in good shape.
Dogs make another substitution. Carson Steinmetz, the sophomore, into the lineup for the first time tonight. Knepp looking to make a play. Turns the corner, finds a lot of kids in black jerseys. The open shooter is Steinmetz, but block shot coming out on the perimeter and playing some defense was Keene.
Return to sender there. Thankfully, East Knox retained possession, though.
Another three is up, and this one does drop to the bottom. Triple from Sam Whitney.
Whitney with all 5 points thus far for East Knox. Got a barrage of threes early on, Brian.
And we talked about it a bit in the pregame. Who's going to step up and be that secondary scorer, maybe the third option for East Knox? We know that Mielek can fill it up, averaging 15 per game. Knepp has been in double figures in another game this year. But, who's going to be some of the other guys going to step up for the Bulldogs right now? Whitney doing his job, first five for the Dogs.
Yeah, as you can see with Whitney, Peyton Lester also, he had the ability to score. He scored 5 and 8 in a couple games, but it's really going to come down to these 5 starters for their scoring. No one else other than Scott Bates have been put into the scoring book for East Knox in their first 2 games. And it's still a little feeling out period for these Bulldogs. I mean, they did have a game against Highland canceled, and, everything else with COVID, we've said this with every team. It's pretty much – these first few games are more like scrimmages, just to see what you have. Only they count.
Certainly coaches at this time of year, they're mix and matching their lineups, and unless you got a lot of returning players, a fully loaded group. But both of these teams graduated some top-tier athletes from a season ago. Certainly Northmor, great season for them, 16 wins last year. Bulldogs 15 back in 2019-20 as Cass takes it all the way in himself. Left hand off the glass.
His first points of the night. Take a look at the ball fake, got his defender up in the air, and then just a nice little move to the bucket to get the layup to fall.
Bulldogs, they'll answer back at the other end. First points of the night for Bates. Bulldogs staying with that zone pressure, picking up Northmor at half court. And obviously they've got the scouting report. They know that if you can trap them, at times so far the Golden Knights have not made the best decisions with the basketball. So far tonight they've done a pretty nice job, and that's a great baseline drive for the score from Miller.
Gavin Miller, younger brother of, and it just slipped my mind.
I imagine another Miller.
Yeah, leading scorer.
Oh, block shot this time from Miller too, came in from the weak side. Nice stretch for him. Cass with the hesitation, draws a crowd, has to pick it up. Miller probably should have taken it. This time he will. Keene fighting for the offensive board, and it ends up in the hands of Lester.
Only the second turnover for Northmor thus far tonight. It's a good sign for them.
Knepp off the drive, strong move, takes the bump, and he's going to head to the free throw line.
Take a look at the drive once again. Foul will be against Lauer, his first.
First attempt off target as Jacobs getting back into the mix. Also get our first look at Andrew Armrose, junior forward for Northmor.
Got the second to go.
So splits the pair, and it cuts the deficit down to just 2 points as we are under 60 seconds to go here in the first quarter. KMAC live and free from the Dog Pound. Bulldogs and Northmor, great rivalry. These two teams split their matchups a season ago. Both won on the road. Golden Knights looking to continue that trend here tonight as Armrose, who just checked in, gets the bucket.
Armrose has been a big presence underneath for this Golden Knights squad. More known for his defensive, offensive rebounding, but he will get on the scoreboard. He was the tight end, so he knows how to fight underneath.
Steinmetz gets it back into the hands of the point guard, Knepp. Dictating the action, now he gets a screen. Turns the corner, gets cut off by Armrose. Nice play to get the jump stop, set it up top, and splashing home the jump shot, Peyton Lester. Long range attempt at the horn, off the mark as we take one more look at that, and off balance, got bodied up a little bit, but still able to get the bucket. Pulls the Dogs within 2 as we're at the end of 1. Take a quick timeout, be right back. Second quarter action. We'll return live and free on the OH Report.
Knox is the third place I have delivered, and hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
James 1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. Call today and schedule your first session. First in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Second quarter action just underway from the Dog Pound as we rejoin just about 10 seconds in, and the Bulldogs with the turnover. Brian Skowronski, Travis Berardi with you on the call from fabulous Howard, Ohio. Knights return the favor at the other end with a giveaway of their own.
And apologies to Blake Miller, older brother of Gavin. I see him every day, and I can't believe I forgot his name, pretty much, so every game at least.
And you do see a whole lot of Golden Knights games.
Yeah.
Mr. Northmor is what we have nicknamed Travis Berardi here at the OH Report.
I'll be there tomorrow night for the girls' game, too, me and Storm Blunchley.
Dynamic duo, 1-2 punch.
Although I do have to hand it to the East Knox girls basketball team. Putting up some decent wins here early on. They had a nice win against Centerburg a couple nights ago.
Yeah, I really like the Lady Dogs collection of talent, particularly at the guard position. They got some tough girls out there that can really handle the pressure. I think Coach Chip's going to lead the Lady Dogs to quite a few wins this season, and we look forward to following the action throughout their campaign, live and free on the OH Report all year. Dogs really taking their time here. I mean, we're a minute and a half, 90 seconds off the clock, and this has been basically the only possession after the back-to-back turnovers.
Yeah, East Knox just looking to lull Northmor to sleep, see if they can get a backdoor cut or somebody open underneath.
In modern-day basketball, a lot of times you're looking for that open three, really. That's what they get here from the corner. Jacobs misfires. Went over the top. Cass pulled down the rebound.
And talking with Coach Tackett before the game, he said East Knox, they're a team that will slow you down, but that's kind of what Northmor wants to do as well, is slow you down. They will speed it up in transition, but then if they don't get that open look immediately, they will slow things down.
Lester with the rip. Got bumped, lost the ball, and that one just would not drop to the bottom for Steinmetz. Tough break that time. Cass back the other way.
They're going to get him with a travel, though.
So another turnover for the Golden Knights.
Number 5 on the night.
Gives possession back over to the Dogs, trailing by 2. No points yet here in the second quarter. 12-10 is the score.
Weston Mielek back in the game. He has 2 fouls, however.
Knepp, jump stop in the lane, and he gets it to fall off glass. Pretty play, Shane Knepp.
That's his 3rd point. Get a replay of that on here in a moment.
Keene, skip pass over the top. Armros tried to force it into Lauer. And that's been the problem all season for the Golden Knights. Just trouble taking care of the basketball, and it's given them issues so far here early on.
Yeah, more likely than not, it's been them unforced turnovers, something like that, trying to create something. That off-balance shot picked up by Northmor. We'll take a look at that replay now.
This was just a few moments ago. How about that step through by Knepp?
Tying things up at 12.
Baseline drive for Cass. Cut off. That one won't fall from Armros. And whistle for the foul, too.
Bit of a frustration foul there. So it'll go against Armros, his first.
Like to say what's up to everybody out there watching in YouTube and Facebook land. Go ahead, drop us a line, and might feature you on our fan zone here this evening.
A lot of you guys commenting tonight.
And we see David Whitaker watching from Spring Lake, Michigan. Joe Keene cheering on Coop. A Lauer cheering for a big W for the Knights. As they secure the defensive rebound, it's Keene.
Northmor scoreless here midway through the second quarter.
And Cooper bailed out a little bit right there. Blocking foul is going to be assessed against the Bulldogs.
And that's going to go against Lester, his first, team's 3rd. 2-0, your second quarter score right now. And that's more KMAC basketball. If you follow teams throughout the few years, especially with Northmor, they like to play the defensive side of the ball. Northmor only their opponents averaged about 39 points a game last year. So this is pretty much Northmor basketball right here.
Still scoreless here in the second, though Cooper's going to change that right here, off square, and they're on the board, taking the lead back.
So despite missing the free throws, he's able to get on the board after the offensive rebound by Lauer.
Nice post defense being played here by the Knights, but it doesn't matter. Mielik off of 1 foot on the runner, gets the bucket to drop.
Coach was looking for a timeout there, unable to get the attention of the refs.
Berardi from way outside.
Oh,
offensive
just missed
rebound blown at the 10 by Miller.
He was too open there.
Mielik.
Mariotti, I think, got a piece of that from behind.
Yeah, certainly. You could tell that he was bothered on that jump shot. Cass with the stutter. And Nepp, it's going to be another cheapie on him. 2 here in the second quarter against the Bulldogs, as we're just over 3 minutes remaining before the half. All square at 14 apiece on our Mazza scoreboard.
A couple long drives and touchdowns by both teams to even this thing up.
Lauer looking to follow his own miss. Another offensive rebound.
Then they're going to get Northmor on a travel. But the Golden Knights right now out-rebounding East Knox on the offensive board, 6-1. We got a stoppage here.
Official timeout.
We're going to get somebody kicked out.
Yeah, I think a fan said something to the officials that must have really got under his skin if they're going to be stop and play. And that's one of the many things that kind of suck about the COVID restrictions and only 15% capacity is you hear everything
Yes, you do.
that the parents say. And it's pretty much only parents in the gym. So,
And that's, yeah, it's just a shame.
can't get away with what you're used to. And is that Gavin's brother? So 1 less Miller in the gym now, as we're back in action, and the Bulldogs bringing in between the circles with Nepp. East Knox showing a lot of patience offensively.
Oh.
And right as I say that, a rifle pass. It looked like Bates was going to cut to the rim, stopped his run.
The dreaded announcer jinx.
Happens more often than I can count. And Mielik heading back over to the bench, getting a quick breather here for the Bulldogs. 2.5 minutes to go before the half. Brian Skowronski, Travis Berardi with you on the call from Howard. All square at 14 apiece. Been a very slow offensive quarter here in the second. Bulldogs with just 4, 2 points for the Knights.
Woo!
But now they've got 4 as that one ends up finding the bottom from Mariotti.
8 points already for him. A welcome sign for this Northmor offense.
Wow. Beautiful Euro step. Coast to coast from Leicester.
And we're tied up again. So we haven't had much scoring, but when it happens, it seems like it's been immediately answered.
Counter punches being delivered. And at the other end, Max Lauer gets in deep. Left hand in the finish for him, as the Knights looking to turn up the defensive pressure now. Bulldogs break it, and deja vu. This time it's Nepp, though, with the bucket. Step through past the defender on the left side.
So on both sides of the ball, some defensive letdowns leading to some easy buckets. And again, one bucket answered by another. We're still tied.
And I credit more good offense on plays like that as Cass moved his feet before he picked up and decided to take a couple of dribbles. When you're moving at that rate of speed, the Euro step, these young kids, they're practicing it so much now, it just seems like commonplace in basketball, but It's a relatively newer move, I would say, at least stepping to one side and then going around the defender. But a lot of kids in 2020, I mean, they've perfected it, Travis. It's a heck of a move.
Watching all those NBA games.
Tipped out of bounds, so one and done for the Dogs. Possession back over to the Knights.
We'll see if Northmor holds for the final shot here. That wouldn't be a bad idea since it seems like every time they score, East Knox immediately answers. And that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, Dogs sitting back in a 3-2 zone right now. Looks like the point guy, now they're going to switch and have Lester come out top. Try to supply some pressure, but most certainly Northmor would love to hold for the final shot here of the period. Jump shot, foul line, too strong. Net pushing. Lester couldn't make the grab, able to make an athletic play to save it in. So now the Dogs with 5 ticks. Look at a shot here at the final whistle, and it comes up short. So that'll take us to the end of 2. We are all square at 18 apiece. Defensive battle here at the Dog Pound with East Knox and Northmor all square at 18. We'll step away. We'll be back. We'll share some halftime stats. Get you ready for quarter number 3. Keep it locked in. Halftime. We'll be coming right back here live and free on the OH Report.
James 1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James 1 Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Knox is the 3rd place I have delivered, and hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
You're watching high school basketball live and free exclusively on the OH Report. We are the future of local sports. Now back to your game. It's halftime here at the Dog Pound, where we are all even through 2 quarters of action. Northmor and East Knox, 18 points each for these two clubs. And hasn't been great offense, I would say, Travis. Brian Skowronski and Travis Berardi here with you at the half. Both teams, they've had some flashes where they've been good offensively. I think the Bulldogs have been a little bit more patient. But turnovers, of course, have been ailing both these squads up to this point.
Yeah, Northmor 8 turnovers, East Knox only 2. However, on the defensive side of things, it's been offensive rebounding first for Northmor. They're out rebounding East Knox 6-1 as you look at the halftime stats. Field goals even at 8. However, Northmor has 2 threes compared to 1. But on the other side, the Bulldogs 1 of 2 from the free throw line adds that point there to tie things up. Northmor on the offensive board 6-1. Defensive rebounding is about even. Northmor 8 rebounds to 6. Those turnovers, though, I mean, still 8 turnovers in a half. You'd like to see 8 to 10 turnovers in a game, but they really didn't start to turn things over until late in the second quarter. I think they were trying to rush things to try and get that lead back. I know East Knox kind of fought back down 12-10. It was 2-0 in favor of them mostly through the, I think, the first, 5 minutes of the second quarter?
Sure. And
then it was back and forth. Northmor would score immediately. East Knox in transition would score. Northmor again, open layup. East Knox come down and gets the open layup. So a little frantic end of the half, but still low scoring.
Just 4 total free throw attempts, 2 in the first half for both of these sides. So we've seen some aggressive guard play trying to attack some of the creases, but they haven't been able to get the calls, I guess, or draw the contact. So you could say credit and say that that's been some good defense, just not fouling in the paint. But on both sides, you would like to see a few more free throw attempts. And, you know, I guess my bold prediction would be that in the second half, just whoever takes best care of the basketball, whoever has the least amount of turnovers, it just feels like the team that has the most possessions, that are quality looks, where they at least get shots up and have an opportunity to get a bucket, is going to secure a victory here tonight. Bulldogs, of course, looking for their first. Golden Knights trying to make it 2 in a row.
And we've seen both these teams are content with slowing things down. Northmor in its first 4 games, it's been high, it's been fast paced. You know, they want to, like I said, speed you up in transition, but if Northmor doesn't get that immediate look inside at the basket, they will pull it out and they will slow it down. That's what they want to do, but it's just those turnovers have really hurt them from really, you know, setting that up. This is more of a game that plays to their offense and their defensive ways, but right now East Knox still sticking around despite only playing 2 games, and it's been a defensive struggle.
Yeah, it has. And Northmor, they've got the size advantage. We'll see if they make any type of adjustment here in the second half. And even though Cooper Keene has switched and he's now playing the point guard role for them, maybe they'll try to post him up. He has decent footwork. You see him right there, little spin move into the paint. Maxon Lauer, of course, he's such a physical player. It's modern day basketball. It's positionless, and back to the basket isn't something that these kids necessarily are practicing a whole lot, but at the same time, when you have that much of a size advantage, sometimes it would just make sense to try to get it down on the low block, see if you can't get something out of it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, an example of Keene, he showed it against Mount Gilead. He took it to the hole and slammed it down a couple times, even over 2 or 3 people. It's taking it to the hole, and that's something that defenses know against Northmor as well, is they're going to try and force those shots from outside, try to make you, beat them from the outside, because they'll just pack the paint in, so people like Keene or Lauer at least have to fight for those buckets underneath.
All right, we're going to step away one more time. We'll be right back. Third quarter action from Howard, Ohio on the way.
Knox is the third place I have delivered, and hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center, where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
James 1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. Call today and schedule your first session. First in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Live and free KMAC action here on the OH Report from the East Knox Dog Pound. Dogs looking for their first win of the season, hosting Northmor, and right now we are all tied up with just 2 quarters remaining, 18 apiece, both of these teams. I'm Brian Skowronski. Travis Berardi is joining me here in Howard. And if you get an opportunity, more KMAC hoops on the OH Report going down right now on our Facebook family and YouTube as well. We've got Centerburg going toe-to-toe with Highland right now. The Lady Trojans own a 15-11 lead as the Scots just got a wide open look. And we are just a few seconds away from getting half number 2 underway here from Howard.
Scoring from the first half here. First for East Knox, Shane Knepp, Sam Whitney both with 5 points apiece. Peyton Lester with 4. Bates and Mielek both with 2. As for the Golden Knights, they're led by Logan Mariotti, a game high thus far 8 points because of the 2 threes he hit early on. And then 4 players with 2 points, Gavin Miller, Cass, Lauer, and Armros, as well as Keene. So the main scorers for Northmor right now really not doing much, but thanks to the hot hand of Logan Mariotti, keeping this a tie game as we have
got some net issues, Travis, and which is surprising because they haven't really been burning up the nets here tonight. 16 total field goals so far, but it looks like we've got everything adjusted and we are ready for the third quarter to get underway.
Actually, I don't know. There is still a piece of net still not connected.
I do see, yeah, correct.
You just got, just wrap it up through.
And how about the teamwork out here? I mean, we got 3 guys holding up, probably a freshman out there.
Gavin Miller out there holding up Caleb Schneuer.
And he's getting a standing ovation here at the Pound as he's got us back ready for basketball action.
So a little bit of an extended halftime, but Northmor will get possession here to start the third quarter. And, you know, those main scores for the Golden Knights, they need to start picking things up.
Come out, set play here, opening possession. Cass from the quarter drives baseline, gets cut off. Nice swing pass. Now Mariotti, quick trigger, bottoms up as he connects on his 3rd triple of the night.
Hey, give it to your hot hand.
And just something about those flowing locks when he heads back on defense after knocking down a 3, Travis. It is a thing of beauty. I love it. You can tell he's got the right conditioner in the playbook right now. Big shout out to Mariotti for those flowing locks.
Probably get some tips from his brother Hunter.
3 ball, too strong there from Jacobs. Pulled down by the Knights. Here comes Keene. A little bit of a head of steam, had to pick up his dribble though.
And you want to see that with both teams. Drive it to the hole and kick to the open man.
You got to give a lot of credit, though, I think particularly to the Bulldogs for their help side defense, though. This time it breaks down a bit. Keene follows his own miss. He's into the scoring column here in half 2. 5-point edge now for the Knights.
A 5-0 run by the Knights here in the first minute and a half. And that's exactly how you're supposed to do it when you slow things down. They're going to let you keep passing around. Just get that open look. Take it to the hole if you see an opening. Make things happen.
Mielik, strong drive, can't get the call. Ball fell right back into his lap. Keene slapped it away.
Second block, I believe, of the night by Keene.
Cass locked up man-to-man right now with Nepp. Gets a screen. Jump stop. Nice pass, but it's overshot. Too strong from Miller. Lester had it poked out of his hands momentarily. Knights playing man-to-man defense here to open up the third. Just over 2 minutes gone by here in the second half.
And if you look at the scores from last year when these two teams split, low-scoring affairs.
Just that
Berardi
KMAC style of basketball, as you mentioned. As the quick hands from Berardi forces a turnover, but the Knights, as we've seen on a couple of occasions here tonight, they return the favor right away, so they can't capitalize on the extra possession. That's a killer.
And you see that sometimes with teams. They'll get the steal and they'll immediately want to press it right up the floor, try to get that easy bucket. And most times than not, that'll be an errant throw, an errant pass, or it'll get intercepted. If you're Coach Tackett, you'd like to see them just pretty much set up your offense. Dribble the ball slowly up to the 10-second line, set your offense up, and try and get a bucket that way instead of in transition.
Nice, displaying some nice help inside defense, and Berardi once again gets a hand on it in the passing lane. And they strip Nepp off the drive. So here come the Knights back the other way. We'll see if they slow it down here. They're going to swing it near side to Cass. Thought about a three.
Ooh.
Great up fake into traffic. Offensive foul is going to go against Miller as Mielik set his feet and just manned up.
Watch this ankle breaker first. Whoop! But, you know, Mielik, he picked up his teammate, gets the offensive foul. Foul will go against Gavin Miller, the first foul of the second half.
Just about at the midway point now. Bulldogs still without a point here in quarter three. Mielik with a tough catch in traffic.
Nice pass inside.
Wasn't it though? Excellent feed, and Bates gets 2 points right there.
Just thread the needle through three defenders to get the layup.
See if that sparks East Knox here. So looking to turn up the defensive heat here on the Golden Knights. Lester pressuring Keene, trying to force him to go left. He was able to get by the defender, secures the offensive rebound over the left shoulder, and battling again. Now Keene called for the foul. But I love the hustle and the desire to just keep fighting for it inside.
Yeah, and that, you know, a little bit of a frustration as well, missing those two layup shots, but he kept with it. A little too much, though, on that second attempt. Reached behind him and almost, I guess, a stone-cold stunner, you could say, almost pulled off. Called for the foul.
So East Knox back with possession. Two-man game here. Nepp. Drive, try to kick to the corner, and it's ripped away by Miller. A lot of turnovers here in the third period by East Knox.
Nepp was trying to drive, maybe create a foul there, but, oh, look at the pass.
Oh, Miller blew it. Excellent feed off the look from Cass.
But Nepp was trying to get the foul drawn by Cooper Keene, and Keene just did what he was supposed to. Just stayed up straight, and he forces the interception, but on the other end, just, you know, you got to make those shots.
And now another turnover by the Bulldogs, who've got way more turnovers than they do shot attempts here in the third.
Yeah, that's East Knox's third turnover of the third quarter. Northmor with 2.
Cass calls from the screen. Elects not to take it. Drive all the way to the rim, and the foul is called on Whitney. So one more look. Yeah, it looked like he come down on the right arm.
Got him on the head, I think, too.
See that on our Mazza's instant replay. And certainly hope that they are open.
Yeah, anybody watching, I know you've you've shown our games on your TVs. You guys are waiting there, table for 5. Hopefully after give it about 20, 25 minutes after the game. We'll be in there. I'm looking forward to it. I hope they are open.
Just 8:04 right now, so should have some time to grab some dinner after the game. As Cass comes up empty from the stripe.
That's been another problem with Northmor this year. Inability to get those free throws to go down. Now, on the other side of things, Cass did make 4 really big free throws in their victory against Mount Gilead, as it'll be Whitney now going to the line. Foul was on Cass.
So the junior forward stepping up to the charity stripe. First time here in the second half, and halfway home. Just wouldn't go through the bottom.
I think those ones hurt just a little bit more for you, Brian, because like you said, they're 3/4 of the way down and somehow they pop back out.
Whitney splits the pair. Draws East Knox back within 2. Timeout taken on the floor by the Bulldogs. This is going to be a full timeout.
So East Knox right now, sticking around despite only scoring 3 points here in the third quarter right now. Northmor, they got that big 3 from Berardi, the putback by Keene, but other than that, both teams missing some shots on the inside, some layup attempts. Turnovers haven't been that much for both sides here in the third quarter, but still just unable to get the ball through the hoop.
Checking in now on the Facebook feed, seeing what the folks are saying out there in social media land, and see Joe Keene. He just wants to know what Blake Miller said that got him kicked out, and I kind of like to know myself. Joe Smith cheering on the Knights, as is Diane Eichhorn.
Taylor Tackett watching Coach Tackett coach up the Golden Knights from the couch at home. Go Knights.
Like that. Carrie watching from Lexington, also cheering on Northmor. So a lot of Northmor fans right now in the comment section, though I do see Peggy cheering on her Bulldogs. So appreciate each and every one of our fans.
And then Deb Steinmetz as well. Deb and Chris are watching from Florida. I would make the joke of, you got the nice weather today, but it was 60 degrees and sunny down here. Back up here in north central Ohio. It was a pretty nice day, Brian.
We're about a week away from Christmas. I wasn't even wearing a jacket, so no complaints out here in north central Ohio. Fabulous weather, and I'm sure we're going to be in for a heck of a finish here tonight. As Lauer got an open look that was a nutmeg, too, off the pass, went right in between the legs of the Armros.
And Lauer just, what effort to get the offensive bound and the extra pass.
Big time stuff right there, and beautiful, beautiful feed.
Armros, his 5th point. We'll get a look at that here in a second.
Play was all made by Griffin Workman, though, switching to the left hand around the body pass. As there's a bump on the floor, Knights fans don't like it.
And that all started with the offensive rebound by Lauer. And just
look at that great
twisting
feed,
it around.
Yeah, no look pass out to the corner off the nice backdoor cut. So got to give a lot of props there to Griffin setting that up. And then Armros knocking it down. See if the Dogs can answer here at the other end. Double team comes. Armros had it momentarily, had to save it in bounds. Milik ends up with the ball as we're just about 65 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. Has not been a ton of offense, of course, as you can tell by the scoreboard. Dogs trailing 26-25.
A KMAC defensive battle. And another unforced error there.
And I got to give credit to both sides. We've seen well-played defense throughout most of the night I think particularly the help side defense has been solid for both teams. But plays like that, Travis, those are the killers. It's an easy pass on the perimeter, so when you throw those away, you know, it eats at you, and it adds up when you have those empty possessions. And that's why East Knox right now just 21 points.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, those balls inside the paint where Northmore's been able to get a hand on it, okay, you might be okay with those turnovers, but that one just, no, he was wide open. You just can't have those. And if it wasn't for Northmore's turnover problems, that might be, you know, the difference between a blowout and a close game.
Speedy hands by Whitney nearly forced a turnover. The Knights, too, eventually give it away.
And Berardi just a little too fast on that pass. He saw a wide open Lauer, didn't get composed, didn't get full, you know, two hands on the ball, and just chucked it inside and unable to get it. But big three there by Knepp.
Left all alone, and he goes splish splash. Finds the bottom right there, pulling the Bulldogs within just a bucket as we head to the fourth quarter. It's 26-24. Live and free KMAC Hoops will return in just a moment.
Knox is the third place I have delivered. And hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
James 1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. Call today and schedule your first session. First in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Live and free came action from the dog pound. Quick trigger from Shane Knepp, who hit a big three just before the horn there to end the third. Has East Knox back within two. 26-24 is the Northmor advantage right now as we start the fourth quarter of play. Brian Skowronski, Travis Berardi with you here from the dog pounds. As Lester comes over and knocks that out of bounds.
Yeah, Golden Knights towards the end of that quarter, able to drive it to the hole, kick, and get some good shots off. That time, East Knox, you know, staying back inside the paint, able to get a hand on it to deflect that open chance away.
Almost drives middle. Picks up his dribble, now Cass. Off the left, lost his balance.
Turns it over.
Yeah, fast hands there from Whitney. He's been getting in the passing lane routinely here as of late.
Oh, my.
Big bucket there from Shane Knepp. He's starting to find his confidence as he gets that one to drop. Squares things up at 26 apiece. Look at this hesitation.
That is a big-time shot by him. And now they have a chance. Bulldogs with a chance to take the lead here. And also, that's the third on Cass.
Saw that on our Mazza's replay. Order online now at mazzas.com. Get some fresh Italian cuisine to your crib as you're taking in the fourth quarter of play.
Referee's looking at the clock, the scoreboard for something. They got that situated.
Looked like Coach Powell was satisfied with the explanation he got. And Knepp will give the Bulldogs their first lead in a long while, I think since the first quarter.
Yeah.
And Cooper Keene turns it over. That went off the bottom of his foot. Golden Knights with the turnover.
Number 13 on the night for the Golden Knights. And that's really what has kept East Knox in this game, because East Knox really hasn't been shooting the ball that well, except for late due to the play of Knepp.
Let's see Joe Keene just weighing in on the comment section. Got to take care of the ball, boys. I mean, no question about it. Knepp, tough shot.
My goodness.
And he rainbows it home. Shane Knepp starting to feel himself here in the pound, taking matters into his own hands.
13 points for him. He's saying, get on my back, boys.
3 straight buckets for Knepp. But back at the other end, Cass looking to match as he's going to head to the free throw line for a couple. Like the strong drive, too.
Yeah, that's one of those, if you can do it, I can do it better type of drives. Misses the first.
So coming up empty from the free throw line. Northmore's done a lot of that tonight.
Got the second to fall. And Coach Tackett's going to take a timeout.
Knights trailing by 2, 29-27. Looks more like a East Knox versus Northmor football score here.
Yeah, it's like I've been saying, it's those defensive battles that you see in the KMAC that Northmore's used to. It's just the scoring. It's just not been there for both sides, except, you know, Shane Knepp really, he's picked up his game since that buzzer beater to end the third quarter. Gave him some confidence, and, I mean, a couple of those shots, he gave me 20 tries. I don't think I'd make a single one of those attempts that he's made.
Really like the turnaround jumper that he hit with Keene right in his face, too. 6'6" wingspan. Knepp didn't mind it.
And you need that fearlessness if you want to take a game over. And we'll see if it can continue with the Bulldogs up by 2.
Here comes the 5'11" junior guard into the forecourt. Passes off to Lester. Now looking for a two-man game with Mielek. Knepp again gets the switch. He's left wide open from the corner. Shane Knepp this time comes up empty. Rebound pulled down by the Knights. Spin into traffic. See what the call is here. It's going to be jump ball.
It's going to stay with the Golden Knights. Now both referees are going to be talking about it. I don't know if they're going to get a foul or the jump ball. No, they're going to call a walk.
And I almost feel like that's the proper call. If not a jump ball, I think it probably should have been a travel, because there was just nowhere for Cooper Keene to go off of the spin. There were 3 Bulldogs right there in the vicinity.
And I think Coach Tackett right now is arguing that he was bumped. That's why he walked. But you're going to, I mean, for a coach, when that just happens to your player, you're going to argue that. So we'll see if the Bulldogs can capitalize on the turnover.
Lester off the drive.
Nice
he turns
spin,
middle.
but that's a walk.
Man. So back-to-back walks. Bulldogs give possession right back to the Golden Knights, and here comes Cass. Locked up head-to-head with Knepp. Lester with the hedge. Frees up Keene, but he overshot him.
Right idea with the pick and roll, but just, I don't know if Keene tripped there or it was just an errant pass. Knights now in a man-to-man.
And how about the matchup? Keene taking on the duties of Knepp. Notice that he was getting hot, and he was switching on him before off of the screens. Now he's just matched up on him. So you got to like that from your best player.
And there is your switch. It's Miller now on him.
Oh,
Keene. Mielek kept with it, though.
Jacobs with the 3 ball, and he rattles it home. Timeout, Northmor. Big bucket by the Bulldogs.
Huge 3 there, and I love the effort from Mielek after getting blocked.
Terry Jacobs getting some love right now from Coach Bow, and rightfully so. Open look, puts it home, and extends the Bulldogs to their biggest lead of the night, 32-27. As we take a look now inside of the Knights huddle.
Here's that replay of Mielek getting blocked, but look, he kept with it. Found the open man, and the big three right there to extend the Bulldogs' lead.
Big stuff right there on the Mazza's replay. Again, you can order online right now at mazzas.com. So the Dogs showing some full court pressure now, just man-to-man.
I know there's still 4:30 left, but this seems like a possession where Northmor needs to do something with it. They need to score.
Try to end the Bulldog momentum. Gain some of your own. Lauer really never looks for a shot on the perimeter. Cass does as he steps into a deep two and buries it.
Only his 5th point, but that was a big bucket for the junior.
Totally agree. Pulls him back within a possession. Knights getting aggressive here defensively. Triple team. Somehow Whitney was able to get out of it, but it's a 10-second count, and that's a tough whistle right there. I mean,
it was close. It was really close to him getting rid of the ball, but the ball wasn't completely possessed across the timeline, and I think that's why they called it a violation.
I'll always defer to the official's call on the floor. So if it wasn't 9.5 seconds, if it was truly 10, hey, that's the turnover. And so it's Northmor basketball. They're not going to apologize. Cass, great up fake. And he's going to head to the free throw line. But boy, he'd love to have that one back. Because the contacts didn't necessarily seem like it hindered his shot a whole lot.
And these are big free throws for Cass. He's 1 of 4 tonight.
And he will bury the first. Grayson Cass had a nice scoring night in their previous game, their first win of the season against Mount Gilead. Starting to turn things up here offensively in the 4th.
He averaged 19 points in his previous 2 games. Look at Keene. Over 3 guys, but they're going to get him on a travel. He did shuffle his feet there.
And boy, he doesn't like the call at all. How high did he get up there, though, to sky and grab that rebound?
Over 3 defenders to get that rebound.
Bulldogs were in jeopardy of having another 10-second call there, as Neff now looking to slow things down. Dogs working around the perimeter, back into the hands of Neff. Do a nice job of getting it side to side.
Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with East Knox.
Lester to trigger it inbounds.
Oh, nice play.
Yeah, nice look.
Quick hands again by Northmor to knock it out of bounds, but that was a great play. Kind of the picket fence as Lester dropped underneath 2 screens towards the bucket, but I think he was just a little too far underneath the bucket to get a good shot off.
Mielek draws Lauer out at midcourt. Diving on the floor, comes up with the theft, but he lost the handle there. Maxton Lauer, excellent play. Just couldn't get 2 hands on the basketball.
Right there, I mean, still have plenty of timeouts. I'd like to see a timeout called there maybe. But, you know, the hustle, great hustle there by Lauer to get the steal at least for a moment. But East Knox, a second chance here on this possession.
They'd certainly like to capitalize. Just a 2-point lead as we are getting into money time here. Just under 3 minutes remain. Live and free KMAC action here from the Dog Pound.
If you like low-scoring defensive battles, this is your place to be tonight.
Nepp really had it going at the beginning of the fourth. Golden Knights have shut that down. As you see again, they throw a double team at him. I think it's going to lead to a tie-up and a potential jump ball. Officials huddling up, talking things over.
Are they arguing about amongst each other about a travel call there? Nope, they're going to give it to him. So timeout, East Knox. Big timeout there to maintain possession. It'll be a 30-second.
So Terry Jacobs he got totally swarmed there. There were 3 Knights all around the basketball. Got kind of lucky.
So a third chance for East Knox to possibly get points on the board here on this possession.
And every bucket in this game, I mean, 62 total points as we're nearing the finish. Of course, looming so large, and Bulldogs would love to get a basket here on this possession.
And if they can, that'd be a big gut punch to Northmor. Just knowing that you came so close to getting the turnover twice, and then the third time East Knox able to score and extend this to lead to at least 2 possessions.
Mielik off the drive, kicks out to the corner. Whitney now cut off. 3 ball comes up short from Weston.
Wow, what a save.
Buys another possession for the Dogs here on the offensive end.
And if I'm right, that's their first offensive rebound of the second half and second of the night.
Knights have certainly done a fantastic job of pulling down the defensive boards. As they look to reset here, Nepp gets a screen, goes off it, right hands. Lost the handle. Berardi comes up with the steal, gets it to Keene. Keene with the head of steam. To the block. Foul on the floor is going to go against Lester. And there are 2 Bulldogs. Both he and Mielik are down on the ground.
Yeah, it looked like Keene went into one defender and then he bounced behind to the other defender.
Kind of like bowling pins knocking into each other. Take a look here on the Mazza's replay.
It was like a domino effect.
That's exactly what it was. It looks like the back of the head from Lester collided with Mielik's face. And looks like he probably has a bloody nose.
Yeah, it looks like there's some blood on the ground too, so we're going to have a bit of a timeout here while they get that all cleaned up. But that's a tough possession there for East Knox. Like we said, they had multiple chances to score, get the turnover, and then down here, this is a tough break for them.
Well, they tend to Weston. We'll go ahead, take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. Just under 2 minutes remain here in this KMAC showdown.
Knox is the 3rd place I have delivered. And hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
James 1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. Call today and schedule your first session. First in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
We are headed down to the wire here inside of the Dog Pound at East Knox High School, where right now it's just a 2-point cushion for the home team on top of Northmor, 32-30. When we last left you, Weston Mielik was helped up off the ground and definitely had a lot of blood coming out of his nose. Peyton Lester and him collided. The back of Lester's head evidently went right on the bridge of Weston's face, and that's a really tough kid. So to put him out for a minute, I mean, you know that he's hurt.
Yeah, and it was just Cooper Keene looked like he was taking it and wasn't going to be denied the hoop. Gets in there and just Lester just, I guess, unable to get in front of him. The block call was called, and Lester, I think the top of his head went to the bridge of Mielik's nose and bloodied him up. But he's a tough kid. He was tight end, scored a lot of touchdowns, big linebacker for the football team, so I wouldn't be surprised if he can come back in if they can fix his nose up here.
Yeah, just got to stop the bleeding is what's going to be key in clutch for Weston, and they'll definitely want him in there for his physical presence at the defensive end and his playmaking ability on offense. Staff still working to clean up the blood on the floor. Trainer appears to have Weston's face all cleaned up.
Take another look at it. That's just one of those freak accidents in basketball. I mean, both of them were trying to take the charge and just wrong place at the wrong time.
And then the insult to injury, of course, is that Keene actually drew the foul.
That'll be Lester's second. Only the fourth team foul. Neither team is in the bonus right now.
And we're going to return back to action here. The foul was on the floor, so the Knights will have an opportunity to inbound it. Be Andrew Armros awaiting to be the trigger man. And we want to give some love to the East Knox fan that came over, provided us with some Subway gift cards just before the game. Berardi misfires off the quick trigger there.
Keene, another offensive bound, and then he traveled.
And that's been the story of his night. He's been fantastic, getting inside, using that 6'6" frame to his advantage. We've seen him pull down a lot of offensive rebounds, clearing at the defensive end too. He's got to be in double figures. But a lot of turnovers as well for the Northmor point guard.
Golden Knights going full court press now. They need a turnover here. Only 1:44 left. But, yeah, back to the Subway gift card. I am excited. I know where I'm going for lunch tomorrow because I know we're going to Mazza's tonight.
And don't forget, you can order Mazza's online right now at Mazzas.com. Deliver it right to your door. You can pick up as well. Dine-out options available too, Travis, like we are going to do tonight.
Exactly. Armrose called with the foul from behind. That's their sixth, so the next foul, and the Bulldogs will be in the 1-and-1. We'll see if the Golden Knights look to foul here, almost turned over.
And that is Weston Mielik now sporting the number 44.
And they do get the turnover.
It went to the hands of Lauer. Cass kind of threw it to himself now around the back. Skip past the Berardi inside. Keene working, turns. Crazy shot. That looked like a frustration attempt as Mielik back the other way from the corner. Jacobs dribbles out of it. Now he draws a double.
Minute left. And now it's going to be keep away for East Knox. Who are you going to foul? They're going to have to foul. That's a good 10 seconds already. 15 seconds taken off the clock. And finally we're going to get a foul. But that was a good 17, 18 seconds taken off the clock there. That'll be Keene's third.
And it's going to send Peyton Lester to the line. Junior with a big attempt coming up right here.
First free throws of the night for him. And he missed it.
Came up short. But look at the hustle. trying to come up with a turnover. It will be Knights basketball with 39 seconds remaining. Coach Tackett takes a timeout. Try to draw something up here that they're comfortable with.
What do you do here, Brian? Do you give it to Keene? I mean, he's been a little errant a little bit the past couple of possessions. You give it to Cass, maybe a drive, kick out to Mariotti for the lead, maybe a three-point attempt. What do you do here?
I don't think that you don't have an individual that's really popping off right now offensively. So just whatever you're most comfortable with, whatever works in practice. Coaches always have probably 2 or 3 plays at their disposal where they know that they're comfortable with it, that the kids are going to be confident that if you call it, that they're going to come out and execute and at least get a shot attempt. So I don't necessarily know that you have to draw it up for a particular individual at this point because nobody's super hot, but I guarantee the Coach Tackett, they've got a few things up their sleeve, maybe something that they've been hanging on to also that they have not shown tonight or at many different points during the season. So be interesting to see who they elect to use. If they have maybe Keene become a decoy, try to post them up or something, we'll find out together right now, Travis.
Well, first off, the Golden Knights have to get it into the front court. We'll see if East Knox puts pressure on it. It looks like they will go man-to-man, so 39.9 seconds left. They got to get the ball in first.
Lester and Knepp just applying some full court pressure. Knepp now switches back onto Cass. He's got the ball and looks up at the clock, just 30 seconds. Keene off the drive.
They're going to call block.
So Knepp tried to take the charge, of course, as bit of a flop. I mean, there was definitely some contact there.
And I don't think he was set. I don't know. It was close. It was close.
Another timeout taken by Coach Tackett and the Golden Knights. One more look at the Mazza's replay. And
might have lowered his shoulder a little bit.
You know, I mean, that's the official's right there. So very clearly, Knepp must have been moving his feet. But at the same time, you know, Keene's been a little wild off of the drives here in the fourth quarter. You can sense a little bit of the frustration that he's got such the size advantage, but when he has gone into the paint tonight, it just hasn't really gone that well for him. He hasn't got a lot of clean shot attempts because of that. I mean, he's only got 4 points. He's definitely been limited offensively, and I think it's been a little bit of a build-up that he's trying to get a little overly aggressive, but bailed out a little bit by the official call. And I think, I mean, 7 fouls. Should he not be on the line for a 1-and-1?
It's 5 fouls on East Knox.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, and it's inbound
wow.
and intercepted.
What a big play by Shane Knepp, and a timeout taken right away by Ryan Powell.
So turnover number 19 for the Golden Knights might be the biggest of the night.
Huge defensive play right there by Knepp. And he is a defensive back for the football team, so he is accustomed to shooting into those passing lanes like you saw just right there. Here's another look at it on the Mazza's replay.
He was in the paint.
Man, just read it.
Like he was a defensive back in football. He read that just like a defensive back. Got the interception.
Must have looked deep into Armrose's eyes and saw where he was trying to go with that thing. Great read, fantastic acceleration. And now it's going to be Northmor trying to come up with a big turnover. If not, foul right away. Just 24 seconds remain. And, you know, you like to get it into the hands, if you're Northmor, of maybe Jacobs or just pretty much anybody but Knepp.
And they got Knepp wide open. And then Lauer's going to have to foul him.
Wraps up. That's going to send him to the line for a 1-and-1.
Knepp 2 of 3 tonight from the line. Leading all scorers right now with 13.
Monster attempt on the way here from Shane. Can he knock down the first to make it a 3-point game? He will. Ice in his veins. Second attempt, just as big for Shane now. So we make it a 2-possession game.
Got it.
Buries them both calmly, so now Northmor going to need a couple of baskets. They got to get on the offensive end here in a hurry. Cast to the corner, Armros, nice up fake, and they threw it away. Up, Milik, I think, tried to call a timeout. Didn't get it off in time, though.
9.9 seconds remaining. Got to get a bucket immediately off this inbounds.
Cast the trigger. They wanted to get it inside off the curl. And timeout taken by Northmor. Salkeen was making an aggressive cut to the basket there, and that was where Cass wanted to go with the ball. Blade Tackett coming off of his first career victory after 3 straight losses to open up the season in his career. Bulldogs trying to hang on for their first win of the season after back-to-back losses to Patriot Prep and Fredericktown in league play. So this could be a crucial one for both of these teams. Of course, just building your confidence, getting wins at the beginning of the season, it's so valuable just to know that what the coaching staff has been putting in front of you, placing on your plate, that it's going to work, that it's going to pay off, and you're going to get the victories. So could be crucial for either side. Can't wait to see this set play drawn up by the young coach here. What are they going to do?
I think you just got to look underneath first, try and get a foul. Maybe you get a bucket and a foul.
I mean,
or at least a bucket.
He's got 6 inches. 3 ball from the corner, Mariotti. Cooper battling, he's got it! And he gets it to drop. 2-point game, 3 seconds to go. So Cooper Keene, who has been the glass man all night, brought the Windex to the game here. He has been cleaning up on the glass. A lot of offensive rebounds, none more crucial than that one. At least keeps the pulse pumping here for the Knights.
Yeah, so now you got to go for the steal immediately. They don't have any timeouts left, however, so you're going to have to get the steal and the shot quick. If not, get the foul immediately.
Bulldogs will have to inbound underneath their own basket. And then still in the 1-on-1, 18 fouls for Northmor. So even if they do have to foul and send the Dogs to the stripe, they'll have to earn it with the first to get a second attempt.
East Knox with 1 timeout left, so if they can't get it inbounds in the first couple of seconds, look for that timeout to reset everything.
It's going to be the quarterback, Lester, to inbound.
I wouldn't be surprised if he went for the home run ball, too.
That's what they set up for Knepp on the previous play. This time he comes to the basketball, and they are able to milk off a full second and a half. Knepp, who just knocked down 2 free throws, is going to head back to the free throw line. And if he can connect on even just one of these, would be big, of course, for the Bulldogs' chances. Already looks like they're about a 98% favorite to win.
Well, even with so, if Northmor's going to have to go the full length of the court here,
so maybe
even
more
on
like
a
99% chance to win. Probability.
This has got to be a quick kick out, half court shot at least if he can't make this first one.
Shane.
Got it.
3 for 3 here in the 4th quarter from the charity stripe. Clutch stuff.
Yeah, ice water in his veins. He's taken this game over in the second half. 11 points.
This one would ice it.
Got
and
it.
He will. So the Bulldogs are going to knock off Northmor 36-32, a defensive battle. Goes to the Dogs here at the Pound as they collect their first victory of the season. And for the Knights, they cannot continue the momentum coming off of that nice victory over Mount Gilead the other night. Dogs, big-time winner. We'll step away. We'll be back with some post-game action. Got some stats available for you guys, and then our Mazza's player of the game, I think it's got to be Shane Knepp.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So we'll be back with an interview with Shane and wrap things up here from the Dog Pound. Keep it with us live and free. We'll be right back.
James 1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James 1 Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Knox is the third place I have delivered, and hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
You're watching high school basketball live and free exclusively on the OH Report. We are the future of local sports. Now back to your game. East Knox comes from behind here at home inside of the Dog Pound to knock off Northmor for their first win of the season. Defensive struggle too at times. 36-32 your final score as the Dogs entered the fourth down by a couple of points, but thanks to some heroics by Shane Knepp, who really got it going in the fourth quarter, East Knox was able to collect their first win of the season.
13 points for Shane Knepp in that second half alone, and it was all started by that three-pointer at the buzzer. So most of those points, like you said, coming in the fourth quarter. He put the team on his back, and the Bulldogs win number one as we take a look at the stats. Field goals, even 13 apiece. Northmor one more three-pointer, but it was the free throws. Northmor only 2 of 7 from the line. East Knox 7 of 10. That's your difference right there.
And there were some big ones, of course, in the final seconds there. Knepp going 4 for 4 from the charity stripe to really lock up the victory, because if he misses either of those front ends, you know, it's a much different ball game and the strategy becomes a lot different for Northmor. So, you know, some huge free throws made by Knepp down the stretch, and he really took over the game, Travis, in the fourth quarter. He was the kid that was showing the confidence, that was maintaining the composure out there, was able to lead the Dogs back, because Northmor, as we think back to that second quarter, they were really pushing the pace. They had about a 7-point cushion, I think, at their biggest lead, and East Knox was just able to hang around. Northmor didn't do themselves any favors. A lot of turnovers once again tonight, which has cost them throughout the entire season so far, and just weren't able to keep the momentum rolling from the first half and coming off the victory against Mount Gilead. One too many giveaways down the stretch.
Yeah, 20 total for Northmor, but, I mean, 3/4 of the way through the third quarter, it was only at 10. So for a quarter and a half, you get 20 turnovers. That's not good at all.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take one more quick timeout. We are going to be right back. Shane Knepp is going to join us, our Mazza's player of the game. We'll have that interview on the way right after this.
Knox is the third place I have delivered, and hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
James 1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. Call today and schedule your first session. First in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
We are now back with our Mazza's player of the game, Shane Knepp, who helped lead the Bulldogs to their first win of the season. And tell me about that first. What was talked about in the locker room? I got to imagine it's got to feel good finally getting in that win column, even though it's still early.
Yeah, it was nice. It took a bit, but he just said we got to start stepping up. This guy's part of the ladder, you know what I mean? Getting better and better each week.
Well, you were certainly the kid that did that for you guys in the fourth quarter. Tell me about your mindset offensively. It definitely felt like you got a little bit more aggressive there in the fourth. Why was that? Why did you decide you need to take over a little bit?
Well, West and me, he's usually our scorer all the time. So I just wanted to, take control. I mean, they were locking him down. He was their focus. So I thought maybe I'll just, try to score some points, maybe help us out.
A 36-32 game. Tell me about being in a grinded-out type of battle like this where obviously defense and turnovers was kind of the name of the game. What was it like out there for you?
I mean, it was, as our coach said, it was an ugly game. It was an ugly win, but we got it done. Sometimes you got to play ugly.
Talk to me about some expectations for this team. What have you been talking about internally, and where do you feel like you can go from here, getting this first win? What's next, and how do you move forward?
Beginning of the year, we picked our captains. We all decided we have a shot to, maybe win the KMAC if we can pull it off. But, I mean, from here, it's just we got to keep on going up. We had a little sputter in our offense early in the season, but, I mean, this didn't help much. It's 36 points, but hopefully we can get started soon with Centerburg.
Yeah, certainly a nice win here tonight on your home surface. So you're going to move forward and take on the Trojans, who I know that they're going to be a handful. Just give me your quick initial thoughts on that matchup.
I'm excited for it. It's always a good game. Always has been since, 7th grade, back in then. But I'm excited. It'll be a fun game.
All right, so Shane Knepp, our Mazza's player of the game. Thanks so much for joining us here live and free on the OH Report. Bring Travis back into the fold as we're going to wrap up our coverage here from fabulous Howard, Ohio, where the Bulldogs, a big winner on their home floor, their first victory of the season. And Mr. Knepp, who just joined us, of course, was such a huge part of that, Travis, and, came up so clutch in the fourth quarter, leading the Dogs to victory. I kind of, even though they're really undersized, I like their fight, and defensively, I think this is one of the better teams that I've seen all season. Holding Northmor to 32 was pretty good.
Yeah, definitely, and holding the major scores from Northmor down, too. Grayson Cass with 6, Cooper Keene with 6. Both those players had 2 points in the first half. It's a great job. If it wasn't for those 3 threes from Berardi, this would be a completely different game. This would be more of a blowout. But then you see the 9 points for Shane Knepp in that fourth quarter was the difference. You needed a playmaker to emerge in this game, and it was him at the end.
Yeah, he was certainly that straw that was mixing up the drink for the Bulldogs, and he took over. And I love that he said that he knows who the number 1 on the floor is. They look to Weston when they need buckets, but wasn't really going his way tonight. They were certainly sending a lot of defensive pressure at him, double teams at times, so he thought he had to step up and was able to do just that. That's why Shane Knepp was our Mazza's player of the game, leading the Bulldogs to victory here at home, their first. It's going to wrap up our coverage from Howard, Ohio. Of course, I always want to thank the crew coming out here and bringing you the action live and free. Storm Blunchley was down on the floor with our camera work. Jory Hollenbeck was up top. We had our intern Michael here as well, providing some words of encouragement to us in between the breaks. My name is Brian Skowronski for Travis Berardi. Thank you guys all for watching tonight's KMAC, and you know that we're going to keep bringing it to you all season long. But for now, we out.
Mazza's, here we come.
Woo!